Well, it's been a while. This is Jason Spangler with Wagner Meters, and I'm here today to talk to you about the industry-accepted methods for testing for concrete moisture in relationship to whether you are okay to install a finished floor product, a coating, or any type of finish that will go over the top of concrete. So, as many of you may know, there's two accepted methods, widely accepted. Now, there are going to be some niche little nuances of people and things that do have different types of moisture testing thoughts and processes, like plastic sheet tests, the magical test that's out there. But the two that are widely accepted, relative humidity testing, ASTM F2170, and calcium chloride testing, F1869. So first we'll talk about calcium chloride testing. If you look at calcium chloride testing, it's been around forever. So it really does have, some kind of historical precedence, if you will. But that being the positive, the negative side of it is it really doesn't have any kind of scientific pedigree to go along with why or how it ever came to be. In the test, it's only going to look at, and it's been proven to only look at, the top half, maybe 3/4 of an inch of the slab. And as many of you know, you're looking at a minimum 4-inch thick slab, and it really ends up being something where you're only taking a very, very, very small snapshot or cross-section of that entire thickness of the slab. With the calcium chloride test, you have to go through, a lot of people don't realize, but you have to go through and you have to, in many cases, scarify the surface of the concrete and leave it alone for a 24-hour period before you can actually even set the test. So you have multiple trips back and forth to the job site to ensure that you're doing the work properly. The other thing is it takes 60 to 72 hours to get the final results. So again, it is definitely something that is one of the standards that's out there. It definitely does have its downfalls from a standpoint of it's only looking at the surface, and it does take longer to accomplish. Shifting gears to the relative humidity test, ASTM F2170, it is a very depth-specific measurement. It is something where we want to measure into the concrete. If the slab's drying from one side, we want to drill into the concrete 40% of the overall thickness of the slab. If it's drying from 2, you're only going to go 20%. But the whole point of that is we're getting into a spot within that slab that allows us to get a relative humidity reading, and with that relative humidity reading that you're getting at that 40% or 20% point, you're able to predict what the relative humidity is going to be like on the surface once you install the finished floor product. So in essence, you're looking at an entire aggregate of the floor slab, and you're predicting prior to putting all the time, effort, and money into putting a floor on top of it. So most people that I'll talk to, do you care about what's going on right this second, or do you want to know what's going to happen once you spend all the time, effort, and money to put a floor on top of it? Most installers are going to tell me they care about the later because at the end of the day, they don't want to have to do the job twice. With that, with us and Wagner Meters, we have a product, as you probably know, called the Rapid RHL6. Now, I'm not going to get into the nuances of the product specifically, but one of the things I would like to make sure that I continue to talk about is the fact that we give you a ton of various options for doing the testing, and we give you the ability to pick how you want to document and at what level of documentation you want to have.
Learn more about accurate concrete moisture testing and discover which Rapid RH monitoring system best fits your needs at wagnermeters.com.